Warning, the following video will contain content that is not appropriate for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, good morning, bastards, bitches, and motherfuckers. Welcome back for another one of my Pokemon Battle Revolution discussion battles. Fuck yeah! Alright, so for those of you guys just joining in, well, first of all, I would recommend you go back and watch the previous video because it's fucking amazing, because it has me in it, and obviously anything that has me in it is automatically fucking amazing. So you guys should definitely check out last video, but either way, if you don't feel like it because you're a dickhead, let me get you guys up to speed. So, so again, I should warn you guys ahead of time. I had to take a Benadryl because my allergies have been acting up. So I'm like really fucking tired right now. I'm like barely keeping my eyes open right now, so I'm a little bit out of it at the moment. Plus, again, I haven't been sleeping very well for like the past 11 years, so, you know, that's fun. But it is what it is. Again, that's something you get used to after a while. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing good at least. You know, relatively speaking, in this COVID-ridden world of ours. So, yeah, I don't know. Shit just sucks. But either way, I'm going to be talking about different aspects of shit during COVID and just different shit in general that's been going on throughout my life and whatnot. Basically going to be discussing that throughout the recording session today. So I'm going to talk about my workplace during the COVID lockdowns, and I'm talking about during like phase 1, 2, and 3 of the whole COVID thing. So yeah, because right now we're currently in phase 4, at least at the time I'm actually recording this. So during like the major, you know, quarantine lockdowns and shit like that, which honestly I wouldn't be surprised if we go back to phase 3 at some point if the cases keep rising, knowing our pussy of a governor. God, fuck Illinois so much. There's so much bullshit in Illinois as far as political things are concerned. I mean, all politics is bullshit, but especially here in Illinois, politics is incredibly just bullshit. But either way, I digress. So, yeah, as far as my workplace during COVID, I'm not gonna lie, now that we've gone like back to regular workplace things for the most part, except for having to wear a mask and shit, which obviously is lame, but, you know, I understand. You know, the whole wearing a mask thing, I get it, you know. That being said, it still fucking sucks. So, now that we've actually gone back to regular work, I actually kind of miss working during the lockdowns. So let me explain. So during the lockdowns, right, during like the major lockdowns, we were only allowed to do carry-out orders at a restaurant. We had no dine-in, any of that bullshit. That was all not allowed because, you know, if people were to come into the restaurant, sit down and eat food, they all would have died from COVID, you know. So obviously that's not good. Although that being said, I personally think that there are some people out there that deserve to die from COVID. You know, there's probably some bad people out there who have died from COVID, and their death has made the world a better place for someone else. Sorry, but that's a fact. You know, in my humble opinion, there are some people in this world that deserve to die. That is my humble opinion. And sorry if you guys have a problem with that. Sorry if you guys think I'm fucking insane, but that is my honest opinion. There are some people in this world who just deserve to die. That is a fucking fact, in my opinion. Well, then it's not a fucking fact, but it's a opinion that I have, I guess. That's the correct way to say that. Because I don't want people being all like, that's not a fact if it's your opinion, multi-step down in the comment section. Because yes, I know the difference between a fucking opinion and a fucking fact, you idiots. Jesus. Alright, anyway. So yeah, it was actually really nice working during the whole COVID thing, and I didn't really realize this until we actually went back to regular work. Because during the COVID thing, I kind of missed regular work, or at least I thought I did. But the thing is that working during COVID was very simple at its core. We get the carry-out orders, people come in to pick them up, we send them on their way, and we didn't have to deal with dine-in or any of that bullshit. And plus, again, I'm a host at a restaurant, right? So I actually probably should have led with that. To put things in perspective, yes, I am a host at a restaurant, in case you guys didn't catch that. Again, for those of you who don't know that. So, yeah, we were doing just carry-out orders, right? Like, just fucking carry-out. And it was nice, because during the latter part of the lockdowns, they weren't playing any music in the restaurant. And one of my buddies who works there has this Bluetooth speaker, right? So during the last, I would say, maybe month and a half of the whole COVID lockdowns, I would literally just hang out up front and use the Bluetooth speaker to blast my own music. And it was fucking legit. Because, a lot of the times the people who control the music in the restaurant, they play, pop music crap or, just crap music. For a week now, they've been playing this crappy fucking electronic dance music bullshit and some rap garbage, and it's dude, this is just fucking lame compared to the music that I was playing during COVID. I can't even tell you how many people I had rocking out in the fucking lobby during COVID, because I would play some kick-ass music. I'd play shit like fucking Iron Maiden, Metallica, shit like that. I would play, real fucking music, Some UFO. I had one dude rocking out to some UFO. That was awesome. Yeah, UFO is one of those bands that people forget about a lot, I feel like. But, yeah, they're pretty kick-ass. So, I had a lot of people rocking out during then. So, I actually kind of miss working during COVID because it was much simpler. We were just doing carry-out orders. I was still getting paid the same amount. My hours were a bit less on average, but the tips kind of evened it out. So, I mean, yeah, I was making less money, but as far as a work environment is concerned, it was so much better during COVID. Because again, yeah, I had to wear the mask and all that stupid shit, but I mean, we have to wear masks now, and now we have a lot more shit to deal with than we did during the COVID lockdown. Because again, during the COVID lockdown, we only had to do carryouts. And also, the other thing during COVID that was awesome was that every time we worked, we get a free meal. We don't get that anymore. Now that we're open for dine-ins, we don't get free meals every shift automatically anymore. Whereas during the COVID thing, during the major COVID lockdowns, when that was in place, we would get free food every time we worked. So that was kind of nice. I mean, granted, I'm already fat enough, I don't really need it, but I mean, we have salads and shit too, so I mean, you don't have to always order something that's totally fattening, but yeah, that's another reason why I miss working during COVID. So honestly, if we go back into lockdowns, I will not complain at all. You will not hear me complain at all about, going back into lockdowns and shit like that. I mean, if our governor decides to do that, I mean, granted, our governor's a big fat fucking pussy, but if we do go back into lockdowns and shit, I would be totally fine with that. I'd be 100% fine with that. Because I actually liked working better during COVID than I do, regularly. Because, again, we only had to deal with carryout, something that I'm very familiar with, because I, have been taking carryout orders over the phone for, fucking 6 years now, so I know what I'm doing in that particular department, so it's nothing new to me, so yeah, it was just a lot less. I mean, it was stressful in its own ways, but I feel like it was actually less stressful. Plus, I got to play my own music, too, which infinitely makes any situation better. When you're able to just crank up the rock and roll, crack open a drink, and just rock out, get your work done during the day, and then go home at night, with a free meal. That's a pretty fucking sweet deal, if you ask me. So, I actually kind of hope that we go back into lockdowns again, because I kind of miss working during COVID. It was actually a lot better for me personally, because again, sit up front, blasting my own music. We get free drinks whenever we work, as far as like soda and shit, just to clarify that. But yeah, you go there, I'd rock out to my own music, Then at home, I'd take home a free meal. It's a pretty fucking sick deal, but unfortunately now that we're out of the whole COVID thing, I don't get to play my own music anymore, and we don't get free meals and shit. And now we have a lot more shit to do at work, and it's ugh. you know? So, I actually kind of miss working during COVID. I hope we go into lockdown again. Sounds stupid, but hey, I think it was actually a lot more fun working during COVID. Granted, I missed some of my coworkers who were not working during the major lockdowns, but at the same time, it's like it was so much more fun working during the COVID lockdowns, in my opinion. But yeah, it is what it is. All right. Well, either way, guys, that'll do it for that one. Peace out.